How's it going, everybody? Watson here. Welcome to part 4 of the Outer Worlds. We are staring at the botanical lab, and we got this person here, Grace, who's apparently shot down all these guys. Looks like one bad little hombre. And we got our companion with us. Right here. We just equipped her with a sniper in the last video, so hopefully she's pretty good with it. We'll see when next time we get into combat. So let's go ahead and kick this video off and talk to Grace after we loot these. Yeah.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another. You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open for the next marauder raid? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Maybe they did.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Oh wow. Parts of her could be in a lot of places. I'm not gonna...
Appreciate it. Honest.
I'm not gonna say that. That's terrible.
I'll tell you what I can. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
I want a hat like that.
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. Little ways ago, she was all... Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. They're... What is it? Over in the hothouse.
Over in the hothouse. Where did he go? Well, that was awfully convenient. He just decides to roll out when it's time for me to start snooping. No, that one's a little risky.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. Hey, I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that
Oh, how convenient. No more Edgewater, no more cannery, jumpsuits. Alright, so she is left for some marauders. Nothing else back here. What's in here? Excuse me. Don't mind me. Just looking for goodies. Where'd you go? Okay, good. Stay out there. This place looks neat. Gold teeth. So they're taking deserters. So they're trying to get this place operational. Okay. Let me just close that.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
So pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Pretty.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip 'em out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them. It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. Haven't you ever seen a novelty paperweight? Whatever absurd accusations you have churning about in your mind, I assure you I have heard them all. I remember a Eugene. Pleasant enough boy. Whatever happened to him? I did nothing wrong. The teeth were harvested from a body that went cold long before my tools ever touched it. Gold does not decompose. The teeth had to be removed. And while I am no licensed dentist, I should think I did a fair job of it. I cannot tell you how refreshing it is to converse with a rational mind. That's exactly right. Rot is necessary for life. A corpse is bursting with the nutrients a young sapling craves. The crops I grow here are natural, nutritious, healthy. My garden does more than fill the bellies of my flock. It keeps them from falling ill. The Vale's barren. Been that way for years. Soil's been sterile about as long as I can remember. We are talking about organic compounds once inhabited by a sentient mind. A person lasts only until the last synapse burns out, the last brainwave flickers into the void. What remains is a carcass moldering neath the soil. Decomposition is a natural process, essential to new life. All life feeds on other life.
Oh, I don't know. If it was me, I'd be glad to volunteer. Keeping others alive, that'd be a beautiful gift to leave. But none of the folk you used had a say. You didn't ask, ma'am. And what about my dad? I talk to his grave every Saturday. Is he even there?
Robert is just where you left him, dear. He died too long ago. By now, he's naught but a skeleton. Whatever you say, my dear. I'm listening. I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not... My dear, we are all visitors in a moment. Me and mine are just... More of the colony felt the way you did. We'd have ourselves a proper revolution. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you... If you think Reed does anything... That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate sauce?
Oh no! Batteries!
Tuna. That was all me. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. I could not possibly care less if he does, but you're surely welcome to ask him.
Yeah, huh? That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
So what's the old journal say? Well, I'm not really sure what I'll do. What's up?
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
I'm hungry for some loot. Nothing to say here.
Okay, gone quiet. Great work.
Cool. We out. What's up here? I don't know. I get seen there.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Let's save here. Can we pickpocket? Which one's Thomas? This one?
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I'm not.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you... Fact is, I've been, well, lying to everybody here. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make some... You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads...
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I might have taken it.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself.
You're welcome.
2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Sure. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... we could really use... oh, this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
I like that better. Okay. Can't go on any of these, can we? Oh crap. Damn it. Marauder lookout, eh? Well.
You got him.
He did. His buddies don't even know they're gone. Let's clear this hideout.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Let's go! Nice one! Don't mess with us!
Is that it? Alright. And now we out. There's a gate there. And we're healed.
Here we go! Down they go! Everyone all right?
Get out of here, birds.
I always wanted to poke around in here.
Combat drone.
Nice one.
Sneak attack! Is there anybody left? So can I turn this off? No. But that was easy. And we're in. Corporate Commander.
That was quick.
Huh. Could have just went under the fence. Eh. Have you searched that already? Nope.
System.
I'm ready for this. Don't mess with us. Nice one.
Thank you, thank you. Locks have been purged. Because something happened.
Processing.
Nice one. That's the last of them.
Are you sure? Might be more. So that has its own loading. Okay, let's make sure we've checked everything out here. Alright, I think we've searched everything. Let's see what's in here.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
How do I get in there? Oh, that was easy.
Got it? Inside voices.
Here we go! Nice! Got 'em all.
We are rocking and rolling. Where's that go? Second story. Alright, let's clear this area here. Make sure there's no loot. Get this. And that goes outside, so we don't go there. There we go. Apparently I'm supposed to go that way. What is down here? Wait. We might find this key card.
Dang, that's impressive.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Placing the guard with robots. Okay, that's all that.
Okay, here we go! Woohoo! Nice work!
This place is a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Unexpected.
Here we go! Nice one! Everyone all right?
Everyone's dead. Okay. Got that. I'm gonna get turned around in this place. What's this? I have no idea what that just did. Jeremy!
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational.
Is he on our side now?
Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice. All systems fully operational. Hostile actions towards Spacer's choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive, in compliance with Spacer's choice policy. Affirmative.
Mechanicide. Alright. Lead the way, little buddy. Okay. Let's see here.
No, just leave me alone.
There's a guy down there?
Get away! You're not real. You're not real. No, just leave me alone. Get away! No, just leave me alone. not real. You're not real. No, 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 just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot, scram. Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon.
This guy's lost his mind.
I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. Jimmy'd open the vending machines. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Open fire on any...
Wow.
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the...
Okay. Now we go back up. How many levels down did we go?
Nicely done. Crime scene. You're liable to get scalded.
Alright, let's see here. Okay, can't silence that. Can't silence that. Or that.
actions.
Well, Jeremy's wiping them all out. What's up, bro? Alright. Now that's that. That's a pile of ash. How did he get down there? Where was that locked door at? Down here, maybe? Well, that hurt. This place is a big maze. Maze. I don't think there's any left at this point, but if there is, they'll sort themselves out. Okay. Now to figure out which way to go, I think it's back up this way. Bunch of flywheels. Okay, back up here. Where next? In here? Already checked everything else out, right?
Wish I could do that.
Give it time. You'll learn the ways of the rogue. So they fired everybody.
Nice.
Plant status. 22% efficiency. Please activate all 3 electrical track switches. Okay. I think I've done all of them, except for one maybe. What's this way? That the way in? That's the way in. Okay, back down. Apparently we forgot one. Ah, this is locked, ain't it? Crap. What the? So how do I get over there? Not this way, I don't think. Through here, maybe? Did that one. His head is completely gone. Let's see. Dead one. Another one. Which way? Go up?
That's the last.
Run! Alright.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's been using corpses in her fertilizer. The thought just makes my skin crawl. Sure, she's found a solution, but it ain't exactly pleasant. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Okay. Redirect power. Let's do it to Edgewater. Less casualties that way. Oh, level up. Let's see. Wait a minute. I was gonna fast travel, but eh. Trying to find the best way back. Suppose I could fast travel, but oh, so we just went in one big circle. Wonder if they'll be hostile. Oh, there they are. They're all chilling. Wonder if I can talk to Thomas without triggering this whole thing.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. No kidding. Really? Well, which one? The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there?
I
That's
did.
a complete set. All three, aside from you.
I'm glad we could help.
I've been saving something for you. Just a...
I just increased my reputation with them, but I also cut the power, so
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit.
well,
This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. As long as Reed is still in Edgewater, you offering to cross Reed off, huh? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. Tell him what I have already told you, that I know this. The secret is human corpses. Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses.
what did you think
you did
about
the right
this?
thing you could, sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they ain't care much for me. He's just interested in fixing stuff. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay.
Yeah, okay. Let's go talk to her people.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other. The matter's been weighing on me. I'm staying put until I know what's become of Zoe. Don't want that question haunting me all the way back to...
Okay.
Sorry. I'm just trying... I've been thinking about going... I get sick thinking... You know something? I think you're right. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Are you sure about this? If we head back to Edgewater on our own, Adelaide won't come with us. She'll stay here and curse us till the end of her days. I expect we got no choice. Edgewater needs us back, and loath as I am to admit it, we need Edgewater. You okay with this, Grace?
Zoe's still out there. Don't much care to leave her unaccounted. If you find her, could you let me know? We'll be waiting in Edgewater.
Just give us some time to gather our personals and say our goodbyes. If you run into Reed, you tell him we're coming back, yeah?
Alright, guys. Well, we're going to throw a save down. And we'll pick back up in the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.
Thanks for watching. Slap the shit out of those buttons. Hell yeah!